Alrighty, folks, we've been talking with Rentometer for several months now, really highlighting the power of the yield tracker and the deal worksheet. How the heck do I find deals? How the heck do I get educated about my market, my buy box? All great stuff. But you know what? Some of you want to go even deeper. Some of you want to bring your own deals, and you simply ask, can I bring my own deals to the deal worksheet? So we're going to go through that today with Mike and really understand what is possible. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Actually, we had winter visit us in Boston today. It was 29 degrees when I woke up. I meant to tell you that.
Oh my goodness, 29. It's like 80 where I am. So I'll take 80.
I know. I thought 29 would be a nice contrast for you.
Yeah, that's cold, man. You don't have to live there if you don't want to. Yeah, but I'm sure you get a lot of questions from folks, probably people in my audience that already have a buy box, but they're really looking for a deal worksheet. And obviously you've shared yours a lot. But it always comes after the yield tracker. So I'm guessing a lot of people are asking you, can I just use your deal worksheet to look at a deal that I have? So what say you? What do you think?
That's a Texas 10-4.
I like it.
A letter Kenny reference there. Yes, it's an affirmative. Yes, you can. And it's actually a really neat way to use the tool because you can bypass the yield tracker and you can bypass our main site, and because the deal worksheet, the way we've set it up, if you go in through the deal worksheet, we go get the rents for you. So you just put the property information in, we go get the rents. You don't have to run one search and then cut and paste or something like that. You can just jump right into the deal worksheet.
All right. Well, let me bring up the screen that we are sharing, and you can actually walk through how to do that. So the screen is sharing.
Okay, so this is our main site. And so typically the process is I'd put an address in here, put the property info, I'd get the rent report, and then I could go do whatever I want with that rent report.
Got it.
If you have a deal that you want to analyze, let me go here. I'm looking at the screen share. I should be looking at the other. So I just go up to the Pro Tools here. And I bypass yield tracker and I just go to deal worksheet.
Okay.
And that's the marketing page. And so get started. So here's the input for an address. Now we have single family SFRs right now. We're in the process of building the multifamily piece, which is going to be interesting because we'll do we have a gross potential rent calculator that we have built and is functioning and is actually in the wild right now. But we haven't promoted it that much. We're combining that. Anyways, I won't go into the multifamily. When that's ready, I will show that to you. But again, the nice thing about the deal worksheet is you don't have to use the main site. You can just come here to the deal worksheet. Okay. You can put in a property. So I found an off-market auction. I believe it was an auction deal in Akron, Ohio. So there's the deal. The price was $59.99.
All right. So again, we're bringing a deal, which means we know the address, we know what the purchase price could be anything. It could be the list price. It could be the price we want to pay. That's a free form field as I see it.
Yeah, I have the auction. I believe it was an auction property. I have the listing. Sure. We can take a quick look. I forget if that's a suggested price.
I can bring what I want. I can bring, like, I'm going to write an offer at 80K. I can put 80K in. You can put in.
Oh, absolutely. I'll show you that in a second. Cool. So it's a 3-bed, 1-bath. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit run investment analysis.
Oh, wow.
So here's the investment analysis, right? And so the only variable that we don't populate property taxes because we don't want to give a cash on cash return unless you put in a real property tax number. Now, if you want to kid yourself and say that the property taxes are, a lot lower than they are, go ahead. But
but investor beware. Don't do that.
Investor beware. So I looked at this area and it was 213.
Okay.
And
that's a month. That's a month.
That is a monthly number. Yep. So the monthly expenses. So I've got the mortgage. If you left the price as is, if you bought it as is, 6.25, you can roll your own there. Also, you might have different financing.
Okay.
But you can edit all of that, right? And I just use the make ready. We use a very low make ready as default.
Sure.
And then if you are looking at the listing or the deal and you say,
Yeah,
oh,
let's have some fun. Let's say we looked at it and it's a $10,000 make ready.
so let's just point out here that the
Uh-huh.
initial cash on cash return
Yeah.
is 25.2.
Sure.
Now the fun starts, right?
Yes.
So let's mess around here. What were you saying? Make ready?
10 grand. Let's assume it's it's an auction property, so it's not going to be a light rehab. We're going to have to do a little bit more.
Yep. So I'm
Okay.
in for 10 grand. Brings it down to 17. But I'm guessing Michael Zuber is not going in at 59.99.
No, we're going in at 50K best case. Let's say 20% discount.
20% discount. Okay. So
Yeah,
put it
we don't mess around at one rental at a time.
20% discount. So we get the price. So everything's just recalculated
Yeah, I love
as
that.
you go through that, right? So there you go. 22.8% cash on cash return. Now these are preliminary numbers, right?
Yeah.
But the way I see customers using this gives them their jumping off point, right?
Yeah. So let me just poke at this a little bit. So right now, when I look at the rents that Rentometer brought back, you're bringing it back average and by quartiles.
Yes.
Right now, it's using the average of 1191. Let's just say again, I just want to play with this and poke at it. Let's assume that again, because we're going to do a full remodel with the 10 grand. Let's assume we can get the 75th percentile number, which is 1339.
Yeah. So
and
down
watch
here,
it change.
you just
I like
edit
it.
the monthly rent and you do 1339.
Look, whoo, like that.
So,
look at that
so
cash on cash.
now you're pushing it up. And I did look at this. I did look at this. I did a daily deal video for this one last week. So I looked at the listing and I'd look at the rent comps. So the nice thing about the deal worksheet is everything's right here. So if you want to look at the rent comps and the report that we ran, so here.
Oh wow, look at that.
Here's the report. Here's all the information about the property. You can do a street view. So there's a street view. I can take a little walk around the neighborhood. This looks like a good deal. I mean, this looks like a decent neighborhood. And so I'll jump back here. Oh, the thing I wanted to point out about this is a really good deal. Like the rents seem pretty firm here. With the median and the average are really
essentially
close,
the
almost
same,
equal, right?
Yeah.
It's a tight quartile, as you pointed out. So then you go down, there's 33 of them, right? Within a mile and a half. And so you go down here and you look at the list, and it really is, everything is right in that range.
Yeah, I like it. This is the power of Rentometer right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can really, and you can drill into any of these properties, and look at the street view and all of that.
Yeah, like for example, there was one I saw at 1500. I thought I saw.
Yeah. So let's take a quick look at that one. Let's look at the street view on that one. So here it is. It's
essentially the same neighborhood.
Big tree in the front there.
Yeah. By the way, that tree's getting torn down. If it's my property, that's way too close to the house. That is impacting plumbing. I hate trees.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is way too close to the house.
So there you go. Now you got a good sense. It's like, okay, this one's getting 1500. That was March of 2026. That's a recent listing.
That sounds like a recent comp to me.
Yeah, exactly. So December 25, this one was 1450. It's interesting if you look at the map, because we do provide the map also.
Oh, wow.
Here's the map, right? And so here's the subject property. So these properties here are all on this side.
Yeah,
These are the more expensive properties, and then you get over to the other side of the 764.
Yeah, anytime you get by a freeway, the other side of the freeway, you can assume something changed. So I love those three comps.
Yeah, now those are this is Ohio, right? So this is we would not call this a highway in Boston. We would call this like a
expressway,
a primary road or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a two-lane. It's a two-lane.
Got it.
And so Ohio is loaded with those. This is a freeway over here, the 77.
Got it.
And the 277. These are just main thoroughfares, right?
Understood.
That connect communities. So it's not like going from one side of the 77 to the other, but it does highlight something. If you look at, we alphabetize them, so the closest ones are at the top, and then as you go down, the rents are on the other side are in that 1100, 1200 range.
But again, that's the power of this. Because again, if I'm looking at this, I know nothing about Ohio, But I would definitely be interested in A, B, C, and D comps, right? Again, using alphabetized, and those are
Yes.
just higher numbers.
Yes.
That's just
Yeah.
how it works.
So the rent seems pretty firm.
Yeah.
So if you go back here, you can also, I mean, we looked at the neighborhood, we looked at the picture. There's also within the deal worksheet itself,
Mhm.
there's a Google link.
Hmm.
So you can go find the listing very easily and
That's
just pull
cool.
it up. Where is it?
It's
Come on up. Here it
yeah,
is.
look at that.
So here's the listing. Again, it looks like it's in decent shape, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've been looking at off-market deals, and most of them do not look like
Yeah.
this.
This would be one I would poke at. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so, and the price, at 59.9. So, anyways, we try and put everything right here so that not because we're trying to run a complete due diligence package
Yeah.
for you. I mean, a complete buy package for you. We're trying to get you started on your due diligence, right?
Right.
And
Let's
frame up a deal.
so this is an auction property, and it's coming out at 59.9. The other thing I would try to do with this, if I wanted to play with this, it'd go, how high could I go and still hit my numbers? So instead of a 20% discount, could I pay 75 grand?
Yep. So
Right? Like 110% or something.
Let's do that.
Just do no, yeah, whatever.
This one threw my developers. They were like, "Why would somebody pay more?"
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to, right? For the right property.
So there you go. I'm at 16. If I paid 75 for it.
Okay, got it.
So
that was really easy. So you didn't even have to do the math off the list price. You just put in the number you'll offer.
Yeah, I just overrode what my offer was going to be.
Oh, that's pretty sexy. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, let's assume you've done the work. This is your buy box, and your minimum for a great deal is 15%, just for example, assuming everything else, 10K remodel, third quartile rent, you could pay up to 75 grand and still hit your cash on cash.
Right. And you are assuming a higher rent. So we could actually just go back to the median or the average. We'll use the average. And so 1191. It does impact the deal at 75,
of course,
right?
Of course. Of course it does.
I mean, in a meaningful, we were at 16, I think, right? So if I said, you know what, I'm going to back off here. Let me go to 70 to see if I can get back up. So probably
65.
I might, if I have a 15% threshold, there I am.
There you go.
The most I want to pay is 65.
Well, if you're ever, so I've bought properties on auction sites and I've been to auctions. If you don't go in with a hard and firm number, you're going to get wrecked. So I would definitely use something like this and just stick to my numbers, do the work, figure out the rents. And again, I would play with the rents. I think the rents in this example, with the little information I have, are a lot closer to that third percentile.
The 75th.
Yeah, 75th percentile. There you go. So even if I said like 1250, let's say 1250 for rent, kind of between the two. Right. And then I would go, okay, so now I can get a 17. So I could probably pay 67 grand would be my maximum, just playing with the math quickly in my head, and still get a 15%.
There you go. You might even go to 70. Let's try 70.
But this is what I would do. This is why this tool is
there
so
you
fun.
Go. You can go to 70. And you got
assuming everything else, right?
Yes.
10K remodel, cost of debt, it's 20%.
All of that stuff has to be verified, but this will give you an indication,
of course,
of whether you want to give it a try. I'll tell you the things that really throw it off are like the property taxes. Yeah. Some places I just don't understand the property taxes, right? And you have to get the top rent because 25% of the rent is property taxes, right?
Yeah, there are some places that just kill it. Yes.
Yeah, and I don't even look at those markets. I don't even daily deal those markets because I think they're like, I think you're exposing yourself to some risk, because if they have property taxes like that, there's some things going on there that you probably want to avoid.
I agree. I think it's really smart. Yeah. So again, this deal worksheet is available. Anybody out there, especially in the school and one rental at a time community, if you have a buy box and you have some addresses you want to play with and you want to have another cut at this, very flexible. Everything's, as you've seen, very updatable. This is powerful. And again, it's just the deal worksheet right off the main site.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And your point about going the other way on this, I always come at it from, if I pay the price or if I get a discount, what's the return going to be? But your point about like, what's my limit if I
Yeah.
get into a competition? How high am I going to go? I
Yep.
hadn't thought of that angle. I think that's a great use of this tool,
For
because
sure.
you've been to more auctions than I have, and you probably know they get wild and woolly.
Oh, they get wild. They get nuts.
And
Yes.
to your point, you better have a firm handle on where you're going and why you're going to go that high.
I'll be even more firm from that. If you're going to attend an auction, either online or in person, if you don't go with a hard and fast number, you are going to lose money, because
Mhm.
they're just competitive. You get your juices flowing. If you don't have a number written down right next to the listing that you will not exceed, you're going to go broke.
Right.
Right. So do the work. Use this
Yeah.
worksheet to help guide you.
Great. So
If somebody wanted to play with this, where do they go?
Rentometer.com, yield tracker, or rentometer.com deal worksheet.
Mike, you're amazing. Thanks to team for building this. I love what you guys have here. It's really, really cool. Thank you.
Thank you.